Hello everybody, my name is Kara, and today I'm here with the BookTube For Beginners tag. This tag was created by Michael from Catalyst Reads, and I will link his original video down below. I was tagged by Miriam from Between Lines and Life, and I was tagged quite a while ago, so I'm sorry it's taken so long, but I do get to tags eventually. And I will also link Miriam's channel down below. Question number 1. Who are you? Who was the first person that motivated you the most to create your BookTube channel? So as I mentioned in another video recently, I was really inspired by several BookTubers, but the one that really sort of set me on this path that made me decide, yeah, I can do this, I want to try and do this, was Misty from Book Rat Misty. Because I think like a lot of other people, I had started watching a lot of the bigger and fancier booktubers, and one of the things I loved about Misty's channel, and that I still love because I still love her videos, she was so well spoken and all of her videos were so high quality. Like, she always had interesting things to say, but she didn't have necessarily like the really fancy backgrounds, or it just felt cozier, I guess. And not to say that she's unprofessional, because she absolutely isn't, but I just really love the fact that what was taking center stage was what she was saying and the actual content of the video itself, and not necessarily the fancy trappings. Question number 2. What's this? What were some of the first channels on BookTube that you watched? So besides a lot of the really popular ones, I feel like I really started getting passionate about watching BookTube when I started getting into like the medium booktubers. So people like Sam from Thoughts on Tomes, or also Jane from It's Jane Lindsay. Now of course I am very active and involved in the small booktuber community too, which I love. Number 3, remember that time. When was the first time you knew reading is something that you truly loved? So I have very clear memories of reading under the covers. You know that thing that people always talk about in like stories? I did that as a kid, and I actually distinctly remember reading the first Harry Potter book with either my reading light on or some kind of flashlight or something, and like trying not to get caught by my mom, because she would come in and check on me, obviously, because she wanted me to get enough sleep before school, but it just wasn't as important as reading to me. I was actually rereading the book. It wasn't like I was reading Harry Potter for the first time, so there really wasn't much of an excuse for why I had to keep reading. And I feel like this whole experience was pretty representative of me as a reader. Like, reading was always going to be more important than getting enough sleep. I did get caught a few times though, so. Number 4, where there is a will, there is a catalyst. Nicely done, Michael. Where do you get most of your books from? What factors go into your book purchasing decisions? I get my books from a lot of different places, sometimes online, sometimes in physical bookstores, which is my preferred method when possible. I also really love getting used books, like going to a used bookstore. I think my book purchasing factors are pretty standard, you know, how much I want to read the book and price and things like that. Although this year I am trying to be better about only buying books when I'm excited for them at that moment. So not necessarily getting an anticipated release on the day it comes out if I maybe don't feel in the mood to read it. Sounds pretty obvious, but it's harder than it sounds. Number 5, the haves and the have-nots. Have or had you waited a long time before you started your BookTube channel? Yes, I absolutely did. I don't know exactly how long it was, but definitely a couple of years. And then when I decided to do it, it was pretty spur of the moment. Like, it was late at night, the lighting was terrible, and I was super nervous, but I had just read a book that I really loved, and that I thought, you know what, now is a good time to do this thing, to try it out, because I really care about other people reading this book. And I decided to do it right then, because I knew that if I didn't take this step right now at this second while I was excited about it, I would probably never do it. Number 6, how many is too many? Is there a certain amount of subscribers that would overwhelm you? Views? Comments? That's such a good question, because I really hadn't thought about that before this. I don't think so. At least I can't picture that at the moment, but something that is really important to me is something I have also seen a couple of other people say. Like, I remember Todd from Todd the Librarian said this in his video. No matter how many comments or views or subscribers or whatever he got, he would always respond to every comment. And that's something that I believe really strongly in as well. Because in my eyes, if you're not interacting with the community, if it's not like back and forth, even though, you know, it is one person putting out the content and then other people responding to it, but if you're not interacting with that community at all, then really, like, what's the point of doing it, you know? It's just you talking to a camera and letting people watch it, you know? Number 7, do or do not. There is no try. What will be your greatest challenge when it comes to BookTube? pretty much what I had said before, and that is not comparing myself to other people. Like, not worrying about if I'm doing what other people are doing or if I'm at the same level of success that other people are at. Just kind of being happy with what I'm doing and feeling confident enough in my own abilities and my own work that I still enjoy doing this, because that's pretty much one of the goals, is to have fun and to get to know people and talk about books. BookTube sounds a lot more basic when you describe it like that, but... Number 8, the final countdown. Finally, tell us something about yourself. Okay, honestly, I have a really hard time coming up with interesting facts about myself, and I genuinely cannot think of anything except the random thing I am about to tell you. So, I absolutely hate the smell of brown sugar. I cannot stand it. Like, I have to leave the room if somebody is like baking it or using it because it's that disgusting to me. And I can't explain why. I don't know why this happens. And another weird thing is I actually love brown sugar when it's in like desserts or pastries or whatever. It's just something about the smell just like I cannot deal with. I know you guys were all waiting to hear how I felt about brown sugar. Number 9, make me your selection. What are you currently reading and or going to read next? So I'm currently in the middle of 3 books because I've developed a really bad habit of not finishing the first one before I pick up another one that I'm interested in, which sometimes works out okay for me, sometimes not. But I'm currently reading Spindlefire by Lexa Hillier, The Making of Molly by Anna Carey, and I'm rereading War Paint by Lindy Woodhead. So I really pretty much want to finish all 3 of those before I pick up my next book, whatever that will be, but no guarantees. Who knows what's gonna happen. And finally, number 10 is the real final countdown. Who do you tag? I do feel like this is a tag that most people have already done, or that is kind of older, so if you haven't done it, you've probably been tagged by someone. So I'm just gonna say that when you watch this video, if you're wearing a red or a green shirt, then I tag you, and you can say I tagged you. And of course, I also tag anybody else who sees this video and who wants to do it. Thank you again so much, Miriam, for tagging me. I'm sorry this was a little bit late, and thank you, Michael, for creating such a wonderful tag. That's everything I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video, and I hope you love the next book you read. Bye!